Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all the dignitaries, guests, and delegates. With great joy, I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all present here for the inaugural session of Arya Janani LAMCON 2021. I now call upon the respected dignitaries to occupy the distinguished chairs on the dais. I now invite the convener of Arya Janani LAMCON, Srimati Vrishali Reddy, to please come on to the stage. I also invite Dr. Varun Gaiki, the organizing secretary of Arya Janani, to please come on to the stage. I invite the chairperson of today's event, Swami Shitikantananda ji, to grace the dais with his presence. He is a senior monk and the director of Vivekananda Institute of Languages. I now request a special invitee, Dr. Ashwini Kumar Tupkare ji, to please come on to the stage. He is the initiator of Sevankar. I request the organizing secretary of LAMCON, Dr. Anupama Reddy, to please come on to the stage and occupy the chair. I welcome Dr. C. Suresh of the reception committee of LAMCON to please come on to the stage and occupy his chair. I also request Dr. Srinivas Murki, the acting president of LAMCON, to please come on to the stage. We have other dignitaries joining us today online. We have a chief guest, Srimati Pragya Parande ma'am. She is a member of National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. She is with us virtually today. We also have a guest of honor, Srimati Divya Devarajan. She is the Commissioner of Women Development and Child Welfare Department of Telangana. She is also joining us online today. We also have Dr. Sukumar ji joining online, who is the mentor and special guest of today's event. He is the National Organizing Secretary of Saksham. We also have Organizing Secretary of LAMCON, Dr. Santosh ji, joining with us online today. Srimati Padmapriya Garu will now commence the session with her heartwarming prayer song.
स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्निर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे।
Thank you, ma'am. I now request the dignitaries on the stage to light the lamp and inaugurate the session. I request the organizing chairperson of today's event, the Arya Janani LAMCON 2021, Dr. Anupama Reddy, to deliver the welcome message.
With humble pranams to the Holy Trio, humble pranams to Swamiji here. On behalf of the Arijani LAMCON team, it is my privilege and pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries on the stage, to all the dignitaries online who have been able to give us their valuable time in spite of being very busy. Today we have in this August gathering some of the most dedicated professionals associated with the LAMCON committee, associated with Sushena Foundation, Saksham Foundation, Fernandez Foundation, and the media too. My seniors, colleagues, dear friends, and all the online delegates who have been with us from 10 o'clock in the morning. A warm welcome to you all. So nations are built by people, but great people are created by great mothers. So it is the responsibility of every citizen to actually give love and respect to every mother. In fact, in our country, we give a mother the position of God as Matru Devo Bhava. Unfortunately, today's mother is exposed to a lot of stress due to the challenges of modern living, and unknowingly, they may be destroying the little life which is growing within them. So Arijani is here. It was formed on the ideas and thoughts of Swami Vivekananda, mentored by our own revered Swami Shithikantananda Maharaj. A lot of volunteers from Ramakrishna Math who came from all fields of life. Doctors, clinical psychologists, yoga therapists, singers, storytellers, technical experts. All of them came together to be able to reach out to these mothers and make a difference to their lives. It's been going on in the Math, earlier offline, now of course due to COVID online, for over 3 years. And we've been able to serve more than 1,000 mothers. There's been an encouraging response from the mothers, but more than that, we are seeing the children who are coming out of this project are having a different level of skill. In a calm and composed behavior, they're able to have a lot of focus and a lot of observational skills. And this is the power of the first 1,000 days, which we call nowadays by science, where we say nurturing has to start from conception itself. And the first 2 years is the most important period, from conception to 2 years of age. So knowing this now, we would like to take this to every mother, and we would really like to make it a national movement to make a change for the country and the world, of course. This all cannot happen without the blessings of God and also the well wishes of people like Santosh Ji, Sushena Foundation, Saksham Foundation, Fernandez Foundation, and all the well wishers who are there for us to be supporting us all the time. Thank you very much. And with this, I would like to take it over to Divya for the continuation of the program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We have Dr. Sukumar, who's the mentor and special guest for today's event. He's currently the National Organizing Secretary of Saksham, which is a pan-India organization working for the welfare of persons with disabilities. He's an RSS Pracharak since 34 years and served as Prant Pracharak of Andhra Pradesh till 2013, where he coordinated several medical projects. He served at Sanvedana, a cerebral palsy rehabilitation center. I now request Dr. Sukumar, who has joined us online, to deliver his speech.
Sukumarji, can you please kindly unmute?
Yes. Dhanyavad Divya ji and all the organizers of Arijanani. Pujya Swamiji Shitikantananda ji and Adaraniya Dr. Ashwini Kumar Tupkari ji and all distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais and online. So it is great pleasure for me to participate in this Arijanani conference in the online mode. I know that my virtual presence will made more impactful, but I could not, as I'm in the Kerala today, and I'm going to participate in the LAMCON 13th, 14th. So with regrets, I will briefly present a few words in front of you. So the great old epic of the world, our Rigveda says, Mata Prithvihi Putroham Prithivyaha. So this inert land, Bhumi, is our Mata. The persons living on this land are sons and daughters of the soil. So that is the great concept given in the Veda, and that is Bharat to the entire humankind and the world. So this motherhood concept is imbibed in our Vedas, epics, and in our traditions also. So as all of you know, say, Prabhu Ramachandra won the Lanka. He has to leave for Ayodhya. At that time, Lakshmana says, respectable brother, Lanka is very beautiful. Why can't we stay here? Then Rama says, Janani Janma Bhumisya Swargadapi Gariyasi. The concept of Janani and Janma Bhumi is from the Ramayana, Mahabharata, till today. Swami Vivekananda, great saint of the world, before his travel to Chicago, he meditated for 3 days at Kanyakumari on the top of the hill, facing the Bharat. He meditated, lot of manthan was went in his mind about the Bharat and about the humankind and the entire culture, human culture. So then he later stage at he revealed, whom did he pray? He said that I prayed Bharat Mata. I meditated Bharat Mata. I adored Bharat Mata. So that motherly concept was there in Swami Vivekananda mind. When he gone to Chicago, the first words he presented, brothers and sisters of America. That words came naturally from Vivekananda because he felt entire Prithvi is mother. Not only Bharat Mata, Vishwa Mata. So brothers and sisters of America Mata. So the concept of motherlyhood is the contribution and boon given to the human society, humankind and world from our Bharat. In our prayers, immediately after waking up, before we keep our feet on the land, we pray, Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Padasvarsam Chamaswami. Samudra Vasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Padasvarsam Chamaswami. Means that this Bhumata is nothing but Bhagavan Vishnu's wife. Having mountains are giving mountains as a stanya, giving nadis, rivers, which nurtures the land, which nurtures the people. Just like mother gives birth and nurtures by lactation, not only by lactation, by thoughts, by giving sanskars. This is there from beginning. Kaushalya, Sri Ramachandra, Yashoda, Krishna, Jijaya Mata, Shivaji, Vinoba Bhave. Like that, the great persons, as Anupamaji told, great persons are the contribution of the great mothers. So no doubt this motherlyhood concept should be nurtured, which is deteriorating nowadays because of the cultural deterioration, whatever it may be, because of the time, lot of stress and to the mothers, and in all aspects, medical aspects, socio-economic aspects, cultural aspects, in all the aspects, there is a dearth of nurturing to the mothers. So in this great junction, Arya Janani was launched. They are organizing awareness programs, training programs by involving doctors, psychologists, volunteers, senior mothers, experienced mothers, yoga therapists, and Swamiji's saints like Shitikantanandaji. So the great step taken by the Arya Janani at this juncture. So definitely Arya Janani and LAMCON will throw light in bringing awareness in the society, not only in Bharat, all over the world in the future, because this is the concept given by the Bharat Mata. The greatest contribution of Bharat to the world thought. So that should be nurtured, that should be taken forward in all the ways, in the scientific way, in cultural way, traditional way, should be taken ahead. And in future, this Arya Janani program, Arya Janani way of working, Arya Janani training to the mothers, everything, definitely it will be a big program for the country and national and international level. I hope so, and I thank you to all the organizers for giving me the opportunity. Namaskar, Saksham Bharat, Samartha Bharat.
Thank you, Sukumar Garu. Thank you for those words. We also have Dr. Ashwini Kumar Tupkare as a special invitee for today's event. He is the founder trustee of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Vaidyakiya Pratishat, a well-known charitable medical trust of Aurangabad. He is presently working as the CEO of Dr. Hegdewar Rugnalaya. He has profound experience of working with young medical graduates for more than 25 years and motivates them in the name of Sevankur. The outcome of Sevankur has led to the establishment of Sri Guruji Rugnalaya Multi-Speciality Hospital at Nashik in 2008. Sevankur has presence in more than 200 medical colleges and membership of more than 3,000 students. I now request Dr. Ashwini Kumar Tupkare to address the gathering.
It's my pleasure and honor to remain present in this august gathering. I am very much thankful to the organizing team of the Arya Janani for inviting on this occasion and giving me an opportunity to share my views. Arya Janani is the movement in the country which nurtures the child since conception, or rather even before the conception. And we are working with the young students and nurturing their mind when they are studying in the colleges, when they are very young. I will share some of the activities regarding the Sevankur, which is helping the young upcoming doctors to help the needy society. Now we are expanding our activity all across the country, so we have changed our name from Sevankur to Sevankur Bharat. So Sevankur Bharat is a platform for the overall development of the medical students where there is no room for the politics. The movement was started in 1997 through informal interactions with the college students in their hostels in the evening hours. This created an emotional bond between the students and the organizing team. This resulted in organizing an 1 hour activity, maybe of a very small lecture given by an eminent personality in front of the students. This association grew thick over a period of time, and then we organized 2 days trip to the tribal areas where some Seva projects are conducted. That's how the students were exposed to the real life situations. After 9 years of informal interactions with the students in the Government Medical College Aurangabad, we organized a 2 days residential camp for the medical students of Maharashtra in 2006, in which 200 boys and 60 girls participated from 23 different medical colleges all across the Maharashtra. A similar camp was organized in 2012 for the students who are residing in Aurangabad, and it was limited to the Aurangabad city, where more than 100 students participated in a residential camp. A similar activity was again organized in 2015, but the difference was the students who were just participants or delegates in 2006 till 2015, they became a postgraduate doctors. And then they organized this activity in 2015. So now they were grown up, fully grown up adult doctors, and then they wanted to continue the same movement in their life also. So from 2016, we came up with a very new idea called as During Vacation 1 Week for Nation. In this activity, this is the most popular event of our Sevankur Bharat. The students spend 1 week for the nation. This event is a mix of many small activities which makes the entire event more productive, participative, and very interesting. This has been a life-changing experience for the young doctors. Out of 500 plus online applications, we select 270 students for this activity. Rather, I would say the 270 students are offered an opportunity to participate in this activity. Out of them, 54 students are designated as group leaders. So first time they experience or rather demonstrate the qualities of leader. A group leader is expected to take care of 4 students in each group. We form a group of 15 students, and 1 senior doctor is given as a mentor who takes care of that group of 15 students. Under the senior doctor, 3 group leaders are working, and 1 group leader is taking care of the 4 students. That's how our organization structure is built up. So this is how they learn from the group mutual interactions and from the senior doctors. That senior doctor is available 24/7 for 7 days to those 15 doctors. The students are taken to the far remote tribal areas of every corner of the India to have a first-hand experience of tribal living, tribal culture, and adversities too. Additionally, they get words of wisdom from the stellar personalities who have committed their life for the development of the tribal area. This inspires the young mind in a great way. The organizing team works very hard for 1 year for the successful and flawless event management. They are also the student volunteers. They learn many things of event management and even a crisis management. Till date, we have organized 5 such events. The first was in Jashpur Nagar in Chhattisgarh, then Bhua Bichai in Madhya Pradesh, then Chitrakoot in border of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, then Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu, Bishnupur in Jharkhand, and this year we are planning near Mysuru, the place called as Saragur, where Dr. R. Balu has started his work. Then we started organizing the personality development camp, which is a residential camp which gives an intense training to the selected 100 students of Sevankur. The entire day is busy from 5 a.m. to late in the night, 11 p.m. The day starts with yoga pranayam, specially designed management workshop of 4 hours, group discussion, lectures by the eminent people, and interview sessions of the persons who are involved in some social activities. This activity creates the future leaders of Sevankur Bharat who will continue the legacy of the movement. Apart from this, there are many other college or city level activities, Deepavali get together, home visits to the students' place, inviting students to our place, organizing introduction of Sevankur in the different medical colleges, parent get together of the active students, then visit to Seva projects and some Abhyas Varga also. Sevankur Bharat believes in voluntary participation of the students. The activity is for the students and it is conducted through the students also. Sevankur Bharat is a network of like-minded students where the students' personality is developed in a beaming manner through his involvement in the different diversified initiatives in a very informal way. Sevankur Bharat is a platform where we try to inculcate sense of social responsibility, values of ethical medical practice, service orientation, and social sensitization through different initiatives. By participating in various programs of the Sevankur Bharat, student imbibes the feeling of Indianness and behaves as a responsible citizen who demonstrates duties towards the countrymen through his own role model. We insist on voluntary participation, teamwork, and experiential learning in all our activities. We aim to re-establish the high moral standards in the field of medicine by our organized efforts. Sevankur Bharat is now recognized as a platform for overall personality development of the medical students by Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, Nashik. Today, we are present in 200 plus medical colleges and 4,000 plus membership on our website. In near future, Sevankur Bharat is going to start a fellowship program in all colleges of Maharashtra. We expand this movement in the entire country also. And now we are planning to construct a state-of-art training center for the student leaders at Aurangabad. I thank you once again to the organizing team who has given me the opportunity to share and inform about the different activities of the Sevankur. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are also very privileged to have Dr. Surendra Reddy Garu with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence. Today we have the Organizing Secretary of LAMCON 2021, Dr. Santosh Ji, joining us online. I would request the team to add Santosh Ji's message. Yes.
Namaskar. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Pranams, humble pranams to Swami Shittikanthanand Maharaj, who is here today, and also to Dr. Sukumarji, who is joining online on behalf of Saksham. My humble pranams to also many stalwarts, especially from Government of India, Srimati Pragya Parandeji, and from Government of Telangana, we have our Divya Devarajanji, the Commissioner and Special Secretary for Women and Child Welfare. And of course, from the LAMCON, we have from the reception committee, Dr. C. Suresh Kumar sir. From Sushena Health Foundation, our president, Dr. Srinivas Murki sir, who is there. Originally very active, dynamic, young, energetic Dr. Varun, and of course with him, his whole team of Roshali ji and everyone. And the person behind Arijani, Anupama ji. and person behind Seva Ankur, Dr. Ashwini ji, who has traveled all the way from our Aurangabad. So it's very, very heartening to see all the people gathered for this wonderful occasion. Off the dais, we have some eminent personalities. Dr. Surendra Reddy ji from Arogya Bharati. A very warm welcome to him. Similarly, we have Kashinath ji, Director of Dhatri Milk Bank Operations, who is there. We also have Shri Venkat ji from Synchrony and from Koti Women's College. Many participants and professors over there like Dr. Santosha Lakshmi. We have from Ayurvedic and Naturopathy College, Dr. Malati Shyamalaji. So many people have gathered together for making this Arya Janani really a very big movement, as Dr. Anupama ji had said. On behalf of Dhatri Mother's Milk Bank and Sushena Health Foundation, I was given 2 minutes, so I will quickly complete in 120 seconds. So Dhatri, as Dr. Sukumar ji said, it is nothing but Mother Earth. In Charaka Samhita and Kashyapa Samhita, Charaka and Kashyapa talked about Dhatri, a mother who can not only breastfeed her own baby, but also breastfeed other babies. And Kashyapa and Charaka mentioned the characteristics of the donor mother. By mentioning that, they mentioned that Dhatri, also the root word of Dhatri means Mother Earth. So any mother who donates milk to other baby is nothing but Mother Earth. And as Sukumar ji said, Mata Prithivya. So that is the seed that our ancient scriptures and even scientific books like Charaka Samhita and Kashyapa Samhita have given to the mother. Similarly, we have many such concepts in all the ancient scriptures and also ancient scientific textbooks about motherhood, and also all the concepts that was wonderfully touched upon by today Dr. Evita Fernandez ma'am and other speakers in the morning, and of course which will be touched upon in the afternoon. But Arya Janani is something which can become as large and as big, and has to become as large and as big as World Yoga Day, or become bigger than World Yoga Day. And probably tomorrow United Nations has to declare a particular day which Arya Janani team will decide as World Arya Janani Day. And we have to take this to that level. That is the reason why we have Saksham. Saksham is working all across Bharat for decreasing disabilities. So how to decrease disabilities? By having Arya Janani. We have wonderful concept of motivating, inspiring, and for medical students, Dr. Ashwini Tupkareji, Seva Ankur, 4,000 medical students. Imagine all of them becoming the brain child. I mean, they becoming the thought leaders of Arya Janani. So this whole concept of Arya Janani has to percolate into the grassroots. We all know that we are in a yuga of information, and knowledge is being shared at the speed of light. If the concept of Arya Janani can go into medical students, if it can go into general public, if it can go into ashas, if it can go to Anganwadi workers, that is how I think the Arya Janani concept can become movement, and it can gain momentum. And we can decrease all the discussions which have been happening about stress, modern living, and other things which have come up now. So Arya Janani is the need of the hour, and we all together can make this a success. And Arya Janani needs millions and millions of flag bearers. So at the grassroots, if we have a pyramid structure at the grassroots in every village, I think all those mothers who have delivered should have already experienced the concept of Arya Janani. Now we can have a roadmap on how exactly to go forward. And I think we are having that beginning. In the north, many organizations like Gayatri Parivar have also started Garbhasanskar programs. And in the south, now we have wonderful this mentorship and of course direction given by Ramakrishna Mutt here. And all together from the north to the front and from the south, we can take this forward. And just to tell the last, Arya Janani, we all know Arya Janani. Arya means, it doesn't mean what the British coined. There is nothing called Arya and Dravida. Arya means great. So we call in our ancient times, Rama is called, whenever Dasharatha calls Kaushalya, he calls mother of Rama. He doesn't call her by the name. So, or if wife calls the husband Aryaputra, that's how they call, which means son or mother or son or daughter of a great mother. So that is how there is nothing called Arya and Dravida, which was a British concept. Arya is there, Dravida is not there. So everyone is Arya. So that is how this Arya Janani concept is a great concept without any misconceptions. And with positivity, we need to take this whole thing forward. And very, very heartening to see such wonderful and great stalwarts as a part of this whole movement. So my humble namaskars and pranams to all the people who are joining this online and all the mothers who are joining online. Dhanyavad, namaste. Auditorium is muted, so we are not able to hear.
Thank you, Santoshi. We have our other special invitee, Dr. Ashok Kumar Varshne. He has worked as an RSS Pracharak since 1986 and as a Prant Pracharak. Slide, please. Geeta ma'am. Yes, he has worked as an RSS Pracharak since 1986 and as a Prant Pracharak for 15 years. He is a member of advisory board to the Ayush Ministry. He is currently the National Organizing Secretary of Arogya Bharati since 2012. The team will play Ashokji's message during the lunch session. We are also privileged to have today with us as the guest of honor, Srimati Divya Devarajan. She is a 2010 batch IAS officer who is currently working as a special secretary to the Government of Telangana and Commissioner for the Women Development and Child Welfare Department. Her distinguished track record includes appointing special tribal coordinators and language translators in various government hospitals to make the administrative office more accessible. She has appointed PISA coordinators at Gram Panchayat levels to create awareness with respect to their rights. She has helped revive traditional panchayats called the Rai centers and engage them in developmental activities. She has now become a part of the villagers' families who enthusiastically paid the tribute to her by christening a village in her name called Divyaguda. I now request Srimati Divya Devarajan to address the gathering.
Thank you very much for inviting me for this session. I also extend my namaste to Pragya Parandeji, Madam Member of NCPCR, Dr. Santosh, and all other dignitaries on the stage. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to understand what this program is about and also share my thoughts. So the Women and Child Welfare Department takes care of pregnant women, especially, and children under the age of 6 through the Anganwadis. We concentrate on the nutrition aspects, which is, whether they have the right kind of protein, energy, micronutrients, macronutrients. So we design our program to ensure that the nutrition in the right way is given to the pregnant mother to ensure that a safe delivery and a healthy baby is born. But I also agree that it is not just nutrition which is very much sufficient. It's also the mental state and the stress related factors which is equally important apart from the nutrition. So we also conduct TSAT programs. TSAT is our Telangana satellite channel. Between 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock every day, we have an open free session for all the beneficiaries of the Anganwadis. So there we talk about preschool education, what are the steps to be taken by pregnant mothers. We invite good doctors, gynecologists, pediatricians to address them. As a part of this session, we also have few minutes of yoga and pranayam sessions as well. This is to ensure that every pregnant mother can imbibe these few asanas and pranayama during the course of their pregnancy in order to have both physical and mental fitness. So stress is something which we cannot avoid. Obviously, for the poor people, there is more stress. I mean, life is very stressful for them because their economic situation itself is in question. A pregnant mother cannot be at home when they are poor. They need to go to a work site and work. And if I remember the my Panchatantra stories and the mythologies very well, even the Lord Krishna was born in a very stressful situation. I believe he was born in jail circumstances. But at the same time, we should also understand when the mother is facing a lot of stress, that doesn't mean that she needs to be affected by it. So yoga, pranayam, and various other learnings help us manage the stress in a much better fashion, I believe. So this is something which is given by our tradition, and it has proven to definitely have an impact on everybody's life. Nowadays, we hear so much about diabetes, thyroid problems, autoimmune diseases, BP. So all these are related to stress. So it's not very easy to prevent a stressful event from happening in our life. But how do we manage it? How do we ensure the kind of mental stability and the way we react to those things? That is very, very important, I feel. So I'm sure that such programs will truly help mothers in getting that enlightenment and ensuring that they don't let the stress around them affect when they are especially carrying a child inside their womb. And I'm sure asanas, pranayam, and yoga in general, and various other meditation techniques will go a long way for the expectant mothers. So I truly hope that we can ensure that in our TSAT channel, as well as for the Anganwadi teachers, we can give training in these kind of techniques and spread this message across to more and more expectant mothers. So thank you very much, Dr. Santosh, once again for inviting me, and to the entire team and the dignitaries on the stage. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. We are elated to have Srimati Pragya Parande, ma'am, as the chief guest for today's event. She is the honorable member of the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. As a member of NCPCR, she met the juvenile justice functionaries across the country and gave voice to the contemporary challenges of children both nationally and internationally. Before joining the commission, she was an advocate in the Supreme Court of India with 30 years of experience in the legal field. She served as a member of the Board of Governors in the Indian Council for Forestry, Research and Education. She acted as a General Secretary for Chetana Conscience of Women, which is an NGO. It is my great privilege to invite the Honorable Chief Guest to kindly deliver her invaluable message.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఆర్యజనని పేరుతోటే అర్థమవుతుంది. అండ్ దిస్ 1000 days ఏదైతే మీరు డిఫైన్ చేశారో చాలా మంచి ప్రోగ్రామ్. ముందుగా రామకృష్ణ మిషన్ ఆశ్రమ్ ప్రిమైసిస్ లో నేను రాలేకపోయాను. బీయింగ్ ఏ మదర్, ఐ నీడ్ టు ట్రావెల్ టుమారో మార్నింగ్. అండ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతూనే ఇంతమంది డాక్టర్స్ అండ్ రామకృష్ణ ఆశ్రమ్ మరియు ప్రచారకులు వీళ్ళందరి మధ్యలో ఏమని చెప్పాలంటే కూడా నాకు కాస్త చిన్నగా అనిపిస్తుంది. అండ్ చీఫ్ గెస్ట్ ఒక నేషనల్ కమిషన్ కి మెంబర్, ఇప్పుడే దివ్యా దేవరాజన్ స్పెషల్లీ మెన్షన్ చేస్తున్నారు, ప్రోటోకాల్ ఫాలో చేస్తూ మేడం ప్రజ్ఞా పరాండే. ఇవన్నిటికంటే ముందు నేను పాత ఆదిలాబాద్ నిర్మల్ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ నుంచి ఉన్నాను కాబట్టి ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఎట్ ఆల్ కంఫర్టబుల్ ఇన్ 3 languages. Just I wanted to start with oratory, languages and capacities. It's just because of God's grace, and I took blessings from Swami Ranganathananda, from same ashram, and people who nurtured me for past 3 decades from different organizations of Sangha. That's why I am here, and I am here till March. So it's only 3 years post. So I am very glad. It would have been very nice if I had present there. I mentioned about languages because I was not comfortable because I am from Telangana, because I am not fluent in Telugu, and I studied in a Telugu medium in a convent school. So I am not that fluent in English. I stayed in Delhi for last 25 years working with RSS organizations. So I used to talk only in Hindi. So as a child, I read Swami Vivekananda as a teenager. I was mesmerized the way he spoke, the language which was not his own mother tongue in USA. So you can imagine, if we deprived something, then we will focus on that subject only. Recently, I went to Calcutta, first time to visit Belur Math, and I was goosebumps were all over me because I was remembering Ma Bhuvaneshwari Devi and Swami Vivekananda, the mother, the great mother who gave that son. One small book is there in our library, which explains about Ma Bhuvaneshwari Devi. What a crisis she had, but the great leader she gave birth and she nurtured. And the other thing it touched my heart was Sudari Nivedita and Shardama, the eternal parents, mother and father, Ramakrishna Paramahansa and Sharda Mata. Without motherhood, she nurtured so many children till today. We can connect directly, but we are human beings and we need to carry these human bodies. So Arya Janani concept is very good, and being a member NCPCR, I promise you people that I will submit my reports to Union government. So only 4 months left. And so please forward your recommendations, because without policies intervention, you have spiritual blessing, you have organizations blessings, and Dr. Indumati Rao is there. I was watching her name also, and Divya Devarajan, she is just like my younger sister. And I am very happy that in Telangana, bureaucrats are working very hard. I traveled entire nation, and other bureaucrats also are doing good job, but especially I don't know, somehow I'm having that connection with Telangana. So from my side, I promise that I will do my level best, and my connection with Ramakrishna Mission and RSS Parivar Sangathan, and with doctors especially, because my mother wanted to make me a doctor. This is not that Bollywood or Tollywood statement, because my maternal uncle is a pediatrician. He's still working there in Hyderabad, Dr. Devendra Reddy ji. So she wanted me to become a doctor, but surprisingly, I became an advocate. And just in my introduction, it was there that I was working for 30 years. Yeah, but as a legal advisor in 2 different Sangha organizations and as a social worker also. So I'm not that perfect in any field, but this is my biggest, I think, achievement, because people help me a lot, because they see a small child in me. So I am working as an additional secretary to Union Government. Dr. Santosh ji thought that I am perfect for chief guest, but I would have, it might be very pleasure and blessings I am seeking from Swamiji and all Ramakrishna order and Sangha Adhikaris and all doctors also, because I want to add one more thing. I totally agree with Divya Devarajan and other doctors also. It's mental health is most important point, but working in National Commission, NCPCR, and working with other state commissions also, it's 2 years pandemic time. It's very difficult for children to cope up. So please add Janani Janaka also. I don't want to mention that it's only mother's obligation. Somewhere I read recently in this 1.5 years gap that why ఎందుకో అమ్మాయిలకి స్పిరిచువల్ జర్నీ కానీ ఆధ్యాత్మికత ఎక్కువ చెప్పలేదు అంటే, బికాస్ బీయింగ్ ఎ మదర్, ఒక డాటర్ లాగా బర్త్ తీసుకోవడమే ఒక అమ్మనే మోక్ష ద్వారాన్ని తెరుస్తుంది. అండ్ బికమింగ్ అ మదర్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ gives her a salvation, whether it's a physical bodily motherness or like Shardama. We need to equip a mother with her support system, especially the other person who is bringing the child into this world. Please, నేను అన్ని చూసాను మీ మాడ్యూల్స్. Please add that support system, though it's a westernized thing, but add the support system, strengthen the support system with food and nutrition. That mental health is most important thing. So that support system should be there. In our tradition, we used to take care of our mothers very well, though it was outdated, but special food was given to them. Even in our time also, 20 years back, now, because of nuclear families and this pandemic, nobody is taking care of her physical and mental health. She's coping up a lot of stress. So we need to add this support system also. And I don't want to enter in Arya and Dravida thing, because being in Delhi, North India needs much more to work. It's 100 years behind when compared to South India. South India, matlab 4-5 states of South India. So national wide campaign, I request to Sangha organizations and Ramakrishna Mission also, where the need is more, we should go to there. So thank you so much. And I'm here to work with you all with as a NCPCR member and without that also. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pragya ma'am, for those valuable inputs. We have with us the chief speaker of today's event, Swami Shitikantananda ji. He has joined the Ramakrishna order at its Hyderabad center in 1997 after being inspired by Swami Vivekananda's message, which is service to mankind is service to God. He took a vow of sannyasa in the year 2006, and since then he has been rendering his services to the mutt. He conducts classes on mind control, personality development, cultural and spiritual ethos of India, and application of Vedantic principles in day-to-day life. He is the one who concretized Swami Vivekananda's ideas into Arya Janani. It gives me immense privilege to invite Swamiji to enlighten us with his invaluable message.
नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे. Dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Ashwini Tupkareji, Dr. Anupama Reddy Madam, Srimati Ushali Reddy Madam, Srinivasa Murthy ji, and the dignitaries who have joined us online, Srimati Divya Devarajan Madam, Special Secretary, Government of Telangana, Commissioner, Women Development and Child Welfare, and Chairperson, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Shruti Pragya Parande Madam, Dr. Sukumar ji, Dr. Ashok Vashni ji, dignitaries who are in front of me now in the audience, and other online viewers. My heartfelt respects to you all. Since morning we have heard some wonderful talks, very illuminating, very enlightening. This Arajanani, it's not my concept. Sometimes actually they say that Swami Shittikantananda initiated this. Not at all. All this is born out of Swami Vivekananda's statements. Swamiji said, it is only in the homes of educated and pious mothers that great men are born. Great men means not actually man or woman here, human beings. It is only in the homes of educated and pious mothers that great men are born. And Swamiji quoted Manu also. Manu said, he who is born of Aryan, so he who is born of prayer is an Aryan, otherwise is a non-Aryan. You all know actually India has another name, Aryavarta. As Dr. Santosh ji told, Arya means a cultured, a civilized, or a highly evolved human being. When the individual will become highly evolved, if the individual comes into the world through the prayers of mother and father, the individual will become a highly evolved being. A highly evolved and empowered being by birth, not training subsequently. So we have known in this culture that the role of mother is very great in shaping a new life. That's why Matru Devo Bhava, as Dr. Anupama told, in India we worship mothers. Why? Because she brings a new life into the world. It's not a small thing. You know, in animals there is no nurturing of the baby in the womb. It just happens. There's not a conscious nurturing is not possible at an animal level. At a human level, you can nurture the baby. To what extent? You can create a God if you really want. To that extent, you can nurture the baby in the womb. That's why we have understood this. We have deified mother. So deification of mother is important. Once you treat mother as goddess, then she will be very happy and joyful because I am respected so much, I am revered so much. Then she will have only positive thought, a positive emotion. So when she transmits that positive thought and positive emotion to the child, a great life will happen in the world. But unfortunately, we have forgotten this. Vivekananda tried to compare the ideals of the East with the ideals of the West in America. 120 years back, when he was explaining to American women about the glory of Indian women, Swamiji told, in your culture, woman is primarily wife. In our culture, in India, woman is mother. She is a central pillar of the family. So the whole family actually is she who creates and she supports, she nourishes. And so we revere our mothers because they are the central pillars of the family. And Swami Vivekananda, after achieving such great success in life, he turned back and he said, all this is because of my mother. He gives full credit to his mother because she did the penance, she did the tapas. He was born, he was endowed by birth, what he meant to say is. Not that I cultivated this knowledge and then I gave it to the world. It was her tapas, it was her penance that made me what I am. So if I have achieved any success in this world, all that is because of my mother. So today, we know actually women are doing multitasking. The life has become very complex. So because they have to do so many roles simultaneously, stress is inevitable. Stress, tension, and anxiety. When you put so much of load on an individual, when she cannot take that much, tension and stress naturally builds up. But that has a negative bearing, negative consequences for the lives that she will bring into the world. So the idea of Arya Janani is to provide as much support, psychological and emotional support to the expectant mother as possible. It is the responsibility of the husband, it is the responsibility of the mother-in-law, father-in-law, other-in-laws, the responsibility of the family and the responsibility of the community as a whole. We want to drive home this point. We want to generate awareness camps, we want to conduct awareness camps, and we want to conduct sessions for this purpose only. An expectant mother needs maximum support from the family. As in the morning, Dr. Evita Fernandez madam told, celebrating pregnancy. So apart from she celebrating her pregnancy, the entire family has to celebrate, the community has to celebrate because she's bringing a fresh life into the world. What kind of life she brings depends upon how stable she is emotionally and psychologically. And in order she is stable emotionally and psychologically, she needs the support of the entire family and the community. Are we able to give that kind of support today? We are not able to give, we are not giving. And we have left it to herself, that she has to manage everything herself. Most of the times it is happening like that. So the primary objective of this Arya Janani program is to make the community and the families understand that you have a role to play. There is an expectant mother in your family, and it's your responsibility to see that she is joyful, she is happy, she is stress-free, and she is free from any kind of anxiety. And sometimes it's not necessarily that she's not getting support from the family, the husband, or the community. She may be getting all the support, but her own mind can act against her. Her own imagination can go wild, can run right there. She is getting enough support from the family, but she has no control over her thought, her own imagination. It can go berserk. And if she takes tension, just because she has no control over her thought, her imagination, that also impacts the child negatively. And for that, she has to be empowered spiritually. So prayer, repetition of God's name, a little selfless service, listening to divine music is very important. How one has to conduct at that particular stage of life, she has to know. So she has to be empowered. All these supports must be given. And with this intention, actually, we have started this Arya Janani program. Thanks to all the noble-minded people, good people. They have come forward in a huge way to support us in the last 3.5 years. Like Dr. Santosh told, that we need to make it into a world movement, and we need to make it into a great movement. He was the first person to say that we shall make it into a national movement, Swamiji. So I'm really very thankful for all the people who are actually supporting this program. So 3.5 years back, Dr. Anupama Reddy Amma and other team members, Dr. Ushali Madam, and all others. So today here, all the team, entire team is there. So I'm not actually reading out all the names, Padma Priya Madam, Madhavi Madam. So they are actually experiencing the joy of serving the society. I mean, what joy you get when you serve the society. When you make an individual happy through your selfless service, that gives you some happiness and joy. As Swami Vivekananda says that if you really want to make yourself happy, make others happy. What is the best service that we can do to the society? There are so many kinds of service. There's so many needs. There's so much of poverty and stress. But among all the service activities that we have been doing here, This activity has given us actually maximum satisfaction because you are helping a mother. You just imagine a well-behaved child in your family has come, a new life, how much of joy it brings. Contrary to that, ill-behaved child, let us say, okay, you just imagine the opposite of it. Apart from the children who are coming into the world physically challenged, mentally challenged, and the children who are very naughty, extraordinarily naughty. There are so many things. So I'm saying that, so you can nurture the child to such an extent that if you wish, you can bring God into the world. And Swami Vivekananda said, what we need is not much law. The society needs godly men and women. Today in India, we have so much of law. No other country perhaps has as many laws as we have. In spite of all that, you know how the society is, what is the level of corruption in the country today. That means we have ceased to be Aryans. We have ceased to be Aryans. Why we have ceased to be Aryans? We have got disconnected from the great culture that we have inherited from our forefathers, a culture of praying for a good child. You have to invoke the blessings of the Lord if you really want to have a great child. There's no other option. The child brings with itself into the world its own samskaras that it generated through a previous existence. Right? Why Matradeva Bhava? I'm just explaining because it's not time for a long talk. Mother, through her prayers, by invoking the blessings of the divine, she can undo the karma of the child, bad karma of the child, and she can add good karma to the child. So that much of scope and possibility she has, we have deified the mother in this culture. That's why Matradeva Bhava. Today we repeat it like parrot, but we don't know the significance of the statement, why mother needs to be deified. And Vivekananda said, why I worship my mother? Because she kept her thought pure, her imagination pure, her food pure, her clothes pure, so that I would be born. That's why she deserves my worship. He said, because she brought me into the world, she shaped me practically, she needs worship. And for her to play that role in a great manner, in a successful manner, the society has to empower her, has to support her, particularly the family, and above all, as Pragya Parande Madam told, it is a responsibility of the husband to give that support. The husband's support, she will feel truly empowered, she will become bold, she will become courageous. And unfortunately, some of the husbands, they are not so responsible. Some of the men are not responsible. I know that. But that's why, through this Arajani program, we want to alert them, we want to generate awareness that the consequences are for the entire family to bear later on, and not just for the entire family. The consequences are for the society, and the consequences are for the entire nation to bear. So empowering the expectant mother tantamounts to empowering the nation. There's a reason we have conceived this program. It's been going on well with the kind support and participation and encouragement of all you people. So I'm extremely grateful to Arjun team for all the great work that they have been doing. They are so selfless, they are so sincere, they are so dedicated, they are so committed. Had it not been for their commitment and dedication, it would not have been possible to come this long. So once again, I invoke the blessings of Swami Vivekananda upon you all. I can't give you anything more than that. So thank you very much for all of them for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share a few of my thoughts with you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swamiji. Swamiji has been relentlessly working towards spreading the message of Arya Janani to as many mothers as possible. We would like to take this opportunity to felicitate him. I would request Dr. Suresh Ji to felicitate Swamiji with a small token of gratitude. I now request Srinivas Murki Garu to felicitate our special invitee, Dr. Ashwini Kumar Tupkareji, for his invaluable service to the society. We would like to take this opportunity to recognize and appreciate the contribution of few mothers to their fellow pregnant women. We now call them the real Aryajanani ambassadors and would like to honor their service with a small token of gratitude. I request Srimati Vrishali ji to present the token to Ms. Bhavani. I request Mrs. Jyotika to please come on to the stage. Dr. Varun Gaiki would present the token to Jyotika. Where's her husband? Your husband? Okay. Please come. Excuse me. I now request Dr. Ashwini Kumar ji to present the token to Mrs. Manasa. We will now end the session with a vote of thanks. Dr. Varun Gaiki will deliver the thanking note. Thank you.
Yeah. Honorable Shri Swamiji, respected Ashwini sir, Ashwini Kumar sir, Dr. Sukumar ji, Pragya Parande ji, Divya Devrajan ji, Ashok Kumar Vashne ji, Srinivas sir, Dr. Suresh sir, Dr. Reddy sir, all the other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and dear delegates, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks from the entire team of Arogya Janani. First, I will thank all the speakers for the inauguration session. Swami ji, Ashwini Kumar ji, Sukumar ji, Pragya Parande ji, Divya ji, and Ashok Vashne ji, and Santosh ji. Today we had opportunity to hear your thoughts and it is definitely encouraging for us in the near future. Your thoughts have enlightened us, enlightened our minds also, and it will definitely help us to show the path in near future. Thanks all the speakers for that. I will also thank all our learned speakers and faculties who are going to conduct the entire workshop for the day. They are doing extremely well. Half of the sessions we have covered in morning session, half we are going to cover in afternoon sessions. So thank you all the faculties for that. I lack words to express my gratitude to Dhatri Mothers Milk Bank, Susneha Health Foundation, Saksham, T Social Impact Group, Fernandez Foundation, UNICEF for holding our hands and taking steps together during the entire journey of Arogya Journey till now. I also want to thank the people who worked behind the scenes to execute this event, our volunteers who really worked so hard, our technical team, for looking after arrangements, volunteers from Vivekananda Institute of Languages, Javed and his team for setting up the stage and entire arrangements here. I will also extend my gratitude to Dr. Srinivas Garu, Dr. Basavaraj Garu, Dr. Colonel Ravi ji, Ashwini, Ashish, Elroy and Kishore ji from Fernandez and other entire team of Fernandez Foundation for the entire technical and other expertise. A special mention to all our volunteers who willingly gave their testimonials to be shared during the workshop. I also thank all the media personnel for giving wide coverage for it. I will thank our delegates who registered and who are attending the workshop online. Well, such event cannot happen with overnight. We'll start scrolling few months before, and we required planning and a bird's eye view to view what is going on, how it is going on. We had been fortunate to have a very encouraging and very supportive team, which was highly motivated and dedicated for it. So I will thank all the team of Arya Journey for helping to occur this event grand success. As Santoshji said today morning, they had adopted 360 degrees approach to have 360 registration for this workshop. I cannot name each and everyone here. I may have missed someone, so I'm sorry for missing their names, but we really acknowledge their hard work which they have done beyond their limits here. Thank you all. Thank you.
We'll now break for lunch. We have the lunch arranged at the second floor auditorium. We would request all of you people to be there. The next session will be online and would be starting at sharp 1:45. I would now request Rishali ma'am to end the session with a prayer.
Since this is a lunch break, we usually pray for before lunch, before taking anything. So I'll say prayers. If you know, you can repeat along with me, otherwise mentally connected. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.